Hello, I'm Jill Cabot. I want to talk to you today about type 2 diabetes. There's a book out there called Reversing Diabetes by Dr. Neal Barnard, and it is amazing. And people are having amazing results and success on that program. It works. It works when you do it, and people get off insulin. So if you know someone that has type 2 diabetes and they would like to get off their insulin and regain their health, this is the diet that works. Let me explain a little bit about the fact that complex carbohydrates, sugar, it does not cause diabetes. That might be news to you, right? That's not what you heard forever and ever and ever, but that is true. The cause of diabetes is really a diet that builds up the amount of fat in the blood. And Dr. Neal Barnard is the author of New York Times best-selling books, 3 books or more, 18 other book titles. He's the head of the Barnard Center, and he is the founder of the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. What he describes in his book, Reversing Diabetes, is the causation of diabetes from a typical meat-based, animal-based diet. You can look into the muscle cells of the human body and find that they're building up tiny particles of fat, and that's causing insulin resistance. What that means is the sugar that is naturally from the foods that you're eating can't get into the cells where it belongs. Fats build up in the blood, and that's the cause of type 2 diabetes. So if you picture each cell in the body as being rather like a gummed up lock, and insulin's ability to work like a key needing to enter the cell, it's getting blocked by the accumulation of something within the cells. It's not gum in this case, but we're talking about fat. Okay, even if you're quite slim, you might still be accumulating fat within your muscle cells. And just as young people who are smoking set up the stage for cancer decades later, people who are accumulating fat inside their muscle cells are paving the way for diabetes, which is, let's face it, most of Americans, right? We just have, it's everywhere. If you're not very conscious of where the fats are, I mean, it's just, we got to start being more conscious of where the fats are, because that is a problem on so many levels. So normally insulin attaches to receptors on the cell surface and signals the cell membranes to allow glucose to enter. However, if fat, called intramyocellular lipids, accumulate inside the cell, it interferes with insulin's intracellular signaling process. Tiny organelles called mitochondria are supposed to burn fat. Their failure to keep up with the accumulating fat is a problem. Luckily, evidence shows that diet changes can reduce the amount of fat inside the cell. It works, it does. So what is all this talk about sugar causing diabetes? You know, people are always saying, oh, I'm addicted to sugar. But are you really? Are you addicted to hard candies and popsicles? I'm not so sure about that. 90% of the sugar stuff that I was addicted to, probably 99% of the sugar stuff that I was addicted to, sugar is what lured me in, but hello, there was a heavy dose of fat in there. So again, let's get our awareness up about fat, because it causes inflammation and aging and acne and weight gain and clogged arteries and on and on and on and on. So it's not that sugar's not good for us. It's not. It's devoid of any nutrients. It's excess calorie. We're talking about just, plain white sugar. But when you eat sugar, you don't get inflammation right away. You don't get plaques forming in your vessels when you eat sugar. Your body is going to store most of it as glycogen or burn it as calories. In a very large EPIC study of over 500,000 people, it was found that carbohydrate consumption was inversely related to diabetes. In other words, the more carbs someone ate, the less diabetes they had. However, meat was strongly correlated. Higher animal product consumption equals higher probability for type 2 diabetes. Complex carbohydrates are good for us. The idea that carbohydrates make you fat is utterly ridiculous, okay? Carbs cannot make you fat in and of themselves. So I'm saying this twice. We have storage in our muscles and in our liver for storage of carbs called glycogen. When we eat carbs, we either are going to store it or burn it. That's it. On the other hand, when we eat fat, that goes straight into storage, man. That is so easy for the body to do. It's not going to mess with it. It's not going to try to do anything with it. It goes right into your storage. That's why Dr. McDougall always says too, the fat you eat is the fat you wear. You could stick a needle in wherever you have fat and pull it out, and we could see what kind of fat you're eating. So it just stays in the same structure. Dr. Barnard's Reversing Diabetes program has had great success for many people who have reversed their diabetes and gotten off insulin. The results are really exciting. So if you focus, and in the program too, you focus on what you eat. It's what you eat. And then the how much generally just takes care of itself. Like there's no limits on portions. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to count carbs. No. Again, the focus is on what you eat. And I encourage you and your loved ones to order this book. You can help clean up those gummed up locks and open those cell membranes and allow the glucose to enter. If you find a support group, maybe there's a Daniel diet at your church group or a vegan meetup group or a plant-based nutrition support group, I am sharing this information because it can be life-changing. I have nothing to sell here, okay? I am just cheerleading this movement because there's so many good reasons to be eating whole food plant-based, and diabetes is one of them. Have a great day.